and I'm the SENCo here at Great Western Academy. I'd like to talk to you and reassure you about the SEN provision that we can offer your child at our school. We believe in trying to fulfil the needs of all of our children whilst also ensuring that they get the best outcomes possible at the end of their time here. So first of all, I'm going to talk to you about the school day and how this operates in terms of the support that your child will get. Differentiation takes place in all lessons at all times as part of quality first teaching and will be managed by the class teacher in the main. They get information from the SEN team about the needs of the students within their classroom and how they can best be supported. Sometimes a student may need additional support beyond what can be delivered by the teacher alone, and that's where we come in. We will ensure that each student is observed and each student's needs are identified early on in their time here at Great Western Academy. We then will have a look at what interventions we can do that best support those students at the right time. And in that case, a member of staff from our learning support team will be in place and on hand to support. Lessons and transitions around the school can again, in the main, be managed by the students and as a school as a whole. However, in some cases we understand that there may be physical or extreme sensory difficulties for a student, and again that's where we can support and address those needs on an individual basis. In terms of the school day and the enrichment that we offer, all students are expected to attend a full day at Great Western Academy. This is so that they can have access to all of the learning opportunities that are available to them and the wonderful enrichment programme that we offer here. Different clubs support all students and are all designed specifically to be able to meet the needs of those students, and again the additional support where needed will be put in place to ensure that they can access this. Some students may at a later date, if they're struggling with the curriculum, specifically English and maths, may be removed from language for additional English and maths, and that's where additional support may be offered to support those children in small groups. In terms of uniform, all students are expected to wear the Great Western Academy school uniform in line with the whole school policy, but it is possible, where a student has sensory difficulties, to buy softer shirts and cotton trousers from a range of retailers. Sensory Smart Store, Marks and Spencer's and other outfitters do an autism friendly online range too, so it's worth having a look into those. In terms of our interventions, I mentioned these earlier in terms of the languages dropped option. This is just for students with significant difficulties in accessing English and maths. I must stress though, we do try to avoid one-to-one as much as possible. This is so that we can help build skills for students and build their resilience. As mentioned previously, we will observe your child within the school context and ensure that we can make sure where there are difficulties for them, the right intervention is put into place. So we are offering the right support at the right time. That support will take place in terms of an intervention where we will work closely with your child in a small group to give them the tools that they need to manage anything that they encounter that may prove difficult or stressful for them. We then help them practice those skills back within the classroom with the learning mentor who has delivered that intervention for them. So therefore they are practicing those skills in a real life context rather than somebody doing things for them and taking away that learning process. We try to move all the time towards self-advocacy and a student being able to say what they struggle with and us support them with that. There are different tiers of SEN support that we operate within the school. There's SEN and there is EHC students with the Educational Health and Care Plan. In terms of those supports, we'll always offer the students what they need, but based on the need within our setting. Not necessarily that which came over from the primary school, because the primary school is a different situation for these students, and often the very movement of different classes and those movement breaks from getting to and from different lessons can sometimes be the intervention that they needed just to release some of that pent-up energy or to move on from any difficulties that they've had previously. We work on a waves of support option whereby wave 1 is for all students within the class setting and takes part as quality first teaching, and moves on through waves 2 to 4, whereby more bespoke interventions take place at each of those stages. We offer early help records whereby a student gets additional support with a team around them, but again that's where and only comes into place where we cannot meet the need of that student independently within the classroom and within the school as a whole. Regular and responsive monitoring and support is in place so that we can ensure again that you are aware fully of what we need to do to help support your child with their difficulties, so that we can all work together to ensure that that child gets the help and support that they need. Our aims for the future. We really want your child to succeed. We want to build independence and self-advocacy for your child so that they can go out into the community and live a happy and fulfilled life. SEN students will leave GWA as confident and competent members of the community. We will give them the support to find strategies to overcome and manage their difficulties and know when they will need to ask for help. Life and educational skills will be taught to enable your child to thrive in their adult world. Your child, as mentioned before, will be observed and supported in a variety of lessons based on our existing knowledge around their needs. Decisions will then be made as to which interventions they may need, and support will then be put in place, and these will be reviewed termly so that we can see which level of support we may need to go to next, be that up a wave or down a wave, to ensure that the right support is in place. All interventions will have a starting measure and an end measure, so that we can actually look at the progress your child has made and monitor that closely. In terms of the structure of support for the school, the first point of call will always be your tutor. Pastorally, they are the person who is there to support your child with the general day-to-day needs that they may have. SEN students and Education, Health and Care Plan students will have a key worker, where appropriate, and they will meet with your child once a week to ensure that they are the point of call for you as a parent and for the school to help support that child's SEN needs. We have hub leaders that also offer support and guidance to the learning mentors within their hub to again ascertain the most suitable intervention that a child will need. And then of course you have the head of house, which is the support pastorally along those lines, and then the SENCo, which is me, to support and oversee any interventions and to manage higher level decisions to ensure that the best needs are met for your child. We offer hub support here. We have 3 hubs of support where they're led by hub leaders: the Social, Emotional and Mental Health Hub, the Communication and Interaction Hub, the Cognition and Learning Hub, and then other needs in terms of physical and sensory issues are also supported within those hubs. Within each of those hubs there are a number of interventions that we offer, but this is a continuously evolving provision, again in order to meet the needs of the children within our care. Currently we have the SENCo, which is me, we have 3 hub leaders that lead each of those hubs, and we have 6 learning mentors that are divided amongst those hubs. And interventions are delivered by the learning mentors and hub leaders. The learning mentors tend to deliver the wave 2 interventions, and the hub leaders tend to deliver the more bespoke, higher level interventions at wave 3 and wave 4. And again, as mentioned previously, those skills are then supported in the classroom by that same hub. We work with a number of external agencies and often take their advice and support where students have met a threshold of wave 3 and we need advice as to where to go next for more bespoke support. In terms of what we want to achieve for your child, we do have your child's best interests at heart. We've seen successes where many a parent thought that perhaps a child couldn't cope, and we've seen children manage things that they didn't think was possible. Working together is key to help you and your child achieve an independent and happy, successful life, which is what I know we all want for our children. Thank you very much for listening.